What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey. I'm Shakira. I apologize for the two lights behind me. Not much I can do given the way things are set up. Hopefully you can see me okay. So I have two screens here and here, so my head will be on a swivel. But the, main purpose of this video should be relatively short and sweet. Just give you a brief overview as to how January is going. And we'll take a look at this week's potential trades. I did not trade on Monday. So, of this week, as you can see down here on the 27th. I traded on the Tuesday. I didn't trade on the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, as you can see, January is done. Yay! It's the 1st of February. I don't know. Ignore that. In any case, um, January started a little rough for me. I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. My method was just nowhere to be seen. I was just doing random stuff. So I dug myself into a little over $1,000 hole, and now I am digging my way out of it. Technically, it's not hard if I just, follow my setups and just keep it moving. As you can see, right after I was doing all that digging, I started digging my way out in the middle of January when I started to pay attention to what I'm doing. So you see the 15th and the 16th were good days, one trade each. And then the second to last week, got two decent trades on Thursday and Friday after acting stupid on Wednesday. And then actually the Monday of this week should not have been any kind of a loss. I had three trades. The last one was what caused this loss. The first two, if I didn't move my stop, would have been my full 517. Both of them. But it was being really choppy and I got kicked out and I don't know, I got irritated. I'm like, how could I do that? And there we go, loss. Which is a lesson in and of itself, right? Like, if you see what you're expecting come to fruition, don't rush into anything else. And I didn't, right? So I took one trade in the morning on the 28th and I got stopped out for like 20 bucks or something. They were just chopping around, just waited a few more minutes. And then two, same thing. And then I took two trades in the afternoon. And the second trade was like $15. Again, stopped out too early. And then I just got minorly frustrated and took a third trade, and then I closed it out. I had a dental appointment on Wednesday, and I just, it was FOMC, so that was looking a little sketchy. So I didn't bother to do anything that day. And then Thursday, I actually got one decent trade in the morning. Well, semi-decent. So I got like 215, and then I got a loss. And that left me with $10.40. And I was like, you know what? I'll keep it. It's green. And then yesterday I had two trades. One, I shouldn't have taken the first one. It didn't make any sense. I said to myself, okay, if it does this, then take the short. It didn't do that, and I took the short. Sometimes it happens, you just go crazy. And then I took one long and took the 517. So the 336 is the difference. So, I mean, all in all, by the end of, according to my broker, I am in the drawdown of at 250. But I personally am tracking it with fees. So from my perspective, it's closer to 500 because 250 plus another like 289 or something like that in fees. Fees really come to get you if you're not really paying attention. So that's why when I, trade like try to go for 525s to cover fees and still get over 500 for my day's winnings. So that's that. So let's nip over to the charts and let's take a look at all the trades this week. So here's Monday. I didn't trade this Monday. Was it a holiday? Oh no, it had those big candles, big candles. I had plenty of opportunities though. So let's replay. And let's drop down to a 15-minute. This is what I normally do each day, right? And then So one thing I don't like, right? So this is Monday, 5:30 a.m., 6, 9. What I don't like is when prior, and we have this big space up here, which I was expecting them to roll back into, which they did yesterday. Yep. And so I got a little piece of that pie for my last trade before they turned around and ran off. Missed a couple of good ones. I have a bad habit. Let me turn this way. I have a bad habit of not taking the first or even the second trade that makes sense to me. And then I wait and wait, and then it's the next trade is just not as high quality. It's not like A plus. So Monday for me, I didn't like any of this. It was just like sitting around in here and it's just hanging about. I didn't like it. So I didn't want to get in on any of that action. So I didn't. But if we were to have tried something, so that was the 9:30 right there. Let's pipe that up. We've been going down this whole time. I was looking for shorts, honestly, like looking for short. So from my perspective, I would have been thinking let that high get taken out as some buy side, not initial, just internal buy side, because there's a ton up here to dig into. And there's a small fair value gap right here above it. So I would have been thinking like that. And then for sell side, initial before continuation down would have been this guy. I think what was really bothering me on Monday is like the candles were huge, huge. Okay, huge. And my stop is usually about 37 ticks. That, it would have to be perfect circumstances for it to survive all of that. All right, so Monday had nothing really. 10 a.m. new home sales. Let's go back to this window here that I'm using. I remember my image is up the top right corner, so I have to make sure everything's to the left. Right, to the right, to the right, to the right. Okay, I know the song says to the left, but you know. In fact, let me make my head a little smaller. Just a smidgy. There we go. All right, so things that I usually consider when I'm looking for stuff. And actually, let's dip up to the 5 minute for a second and see if there's any fair value gaps that have been holding things up for a while, right? So there's this guy right here. That busy. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. And then this little guy right here, like this been tapping that guy, but it's been the bodies have been staying in the one above it. So my thought was if they busted below this guy, like the midpoint, then I could continue looking for a short with some sort of a fair value gap or a green or block candle like in here. So I think what I didn't do on Monday and what really messed me up was I didn't actually like do this so I could see what they were doing. But anyway, so those are the two things I would be caring about. And then, I mean, low hanging fruit would be like jumping up here inside of this fair value gap. This is SIBI right here. So let's drop down to 1 minute. I didn't take anything, but I did see some stuff and I felt like, dang it, Shakira. I like to wait till 10 o'clock if there's news, which there was. So let's do this. Oh, so that's the other thing. Like they immediately went for it. What I was waiting for. They immediately went for it. Right. Bam. So I'm like, all right, cool. They're currently running up. Let's wait till 10 o'clock. 9:54. 9:59. So the 10 o'clock news didn't really do anything. So I'm finding that these yellow folders really don't do much, if I'm being honest. Really don't do much. Anyway, so I gotta keep track of time because these could last like freaking forever, you know? All right, so they've like busted past what I wanted and then given me zero opportunities to do anything. So remember, I didn't take any trades on Monday, so this is just checking to see what we could have done. So for me, they've taken this. This is the midnight opening price, and they've already like dug into what I consider to be like, what I would have wanted to aim for. And on top of that, we have, plenty of little areas that they could like run to. But it's a downtrend as far as I'm concerned. So, and something I'm beginning to learn, like just because it's been going down, 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 the next session they might want to turn around and recapture some of it. So I was hoping to find a short in here somewhere personally. And I think this was just a big continuation. Now, if I'm being completely, it's like 9:30. When they ran up here, I would have loved, like this would have been a beautiful entry for me. From a long perspective, like that's my model right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one I would have taken. And I think next time I will, right? Like 9:30 shows me that they want to, do what they're doing. Then I could just set the order and I would have been out in that same candle. Bam. And I could have, yeah, I'd have been out with my 517 right there. Bam. Just, done. Anyway, so I saw that. I was like, oh, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. It really messed me up. Like I didn't take that juicy. Because I mean, once they rolled up, sometimes I'm looking for that continuation. And from my perspective, that continuation will go from that order block that forms when it like changes the state again. So right there, bam, you got to show me some follow through, which they did. And anyway, so let's get up out of there and go do what I was gonna do. Talk about um okay. So let's move forward to Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday. Trades that I spec'd out. So in the morning, I spec'd out a short. 10, 10, 10. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. Let's do the same scenario. So 9:30 happened here in that candle. And my usual process is the same, right? I come in, I take a look at equal highs. So right there would have been like the buy side I would have been initially looking at. Initially looking at that. And then, of course, oh, wait, that's still Monday. How did that happen? Hold on. Sorry about that. Where'd Tuesday go? What's TradingView doing right now? Or did I just go back too far? Probably did. It's definitely all my fault, most likely, right? All right. So this is Tuesday, 8:45, 9:30. All right. So same scenario. I'm looking for like relative equal lows. So here's like internal sell side for me. And then I would have also, let me just duplicate this. I would have also been considering this as a potential. Now, fair value gaps. This is 9:45, 10, whatever. All right, so fair value gaps that I would have been considering and checking to see if they were gonna give me anything juicy. So this guy right here would have been one. Why? Because even though we broke below it, we never actually like had any follow through to the downside with it, right? So, and then it's been holding price up and helping to push it higher and higher and higher. So let's take a look at the trades that I did take. Let's drop down to the 1 minute and head back over to 9:30. So 9:33, and I think on Tuesday we had 8:30. Yeah. And then 10 o'clock consumer confidence. I would have waited until 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock came, and let me take a look at my charts here. Tuesday's the 28th, right? Yeah, 1 a.m. trade, move my stop too soon for the long. Yeah, yeah. That really got me. Like right in here. Yeah, right in here. Right in this section here. They really messed with me. So we're already looking for the longs. I'm just specking out whether or not they're willing to get past the midpoint of this thing. Now I set my order right here, right there. Oh, sorry, hold on. There's a volume imbalance in there. So I set my order here after the rundown. Let's change my template. So I'd set my order in here after seeing that they 1, 2, 3, and it ran down again. So I didn't expect it to come down again. But just as about to move it down a little bit to get a little bit more, because they like to bust through. After it ran up this candle right here, because I moved my, it was starting to move up. So I was like, why wouldn't it continue doing that? I moved my stop to like right about there, and this came and like knocked me out, bam, and then ran. I was like, come on. So I should have just left my stop to be just under the midpoint until it started to actually run. So I moved a little bit too early per my rules, which, yeah. So that's the first one that irritated me. And then in the PM, I had a short in the PM at 2 that again, yeah, right in here. So so annoyed. So I took a short from with this short. Let me show it. So I took a short right about here. And my stop originally was right above there. $37 ticks. A little more, sorry, right there. And so what basically happened is, let me do my short template right there. So what basically happened is they were meandering around, and it dropped, right? So I moved my stop. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at it wrong. Right here, something like that, right? Yeah. So, looking at the right spot. Just make sure I am. Move this over. And yeah, so I took the entry and I was like waiting. It dropped nicely here. So I moved my stop just about here. It came right back up, stopped me out, and then dropped. I'm like, all right, that's just the nature of business. And then for whatever reason, I decided that a short was a good idea from here, right here, a continuation short. And then of course they decided to turn right around and roll back up. Now I should have known because, they tapped this fair value gap right here that they were respecting at the very top. And yeah, and then all of this run, I wouldn't have been a participant in. And then just as I was considering a fourth short right here, I said to myself, no, Shakira, leave it alone. Even though at that point it would have been perfectly acceptable to take that short. Nice. Nice and easy without any drama. And I like it when my stop can be right above things. So let's roll back to So Wednesday, I didn't take anything because of FOMC. So in the interest of not letting this run too far, let's dip to Thursday. So Thursday, let's back up to here and let's take a look at Thursday. So all of this is Thursday. We have 9 o'clock. So I personally, after this lovely sweepy sweep, was looking for shorts because they swept it nicely. And um there is a moment about 10:10. See what the time is. That I really, really thought perhaps they might want to uh, give me a return up. So if I was looking at this from a 9:30 perspective, 15 minute, I would be specking out, what is that, 7:30. So that would have been like an initial sell side for me after they took out this buy side here. Bam, nice. The next area of interest would have been these equal lows down here. I was like, yes, if they're gonna keep going down, that's a nice juicy place to reach for, right? In any case, and then they've already taken out the buy side, so I wasn't really looking for too much buy side, but a continuation into this after a little while didn't seem like a bad plan. Anyway, so let's drop into 1 minute and take a look at what I did get, where I did get my booty minorly handed to me. So at about 10:10, that's in the afternoon. Let's Thursday. Let's get to the morning action. Yeah. So right around in here, they've already taken this low out. I took a long right in here. Yep. I took a long right there because we've just taken some lows out. A nice quick nip back up wasn't a bad plan in my mind, right? So I took the long here, and it almost made it. I mean, it really did. It almost made it, but it didn't quite get to my TP. So I got about 490 something, and I moved my stop up. So I took about 215 of that before it dropped. And then for whatever reason, the second trade I took was like a quick stop out. Um, at around 10:40. So after all of this fun right here, um, yeah, right in this area, I tried to go long again, thinking, they've gone up. We have this kind of holding it up, and I took the long right. Well, yeah, it was this. Yeah, definitely just instant stop out right in here. Because this was making me think we are going to continue back up. So anyway, so that was Thursday. So ended up with $10 and change. So let's clear that up and look at Friday really quickly. And then we can close this one out. I'm personally quite happy with my trades this week, even if I am somewhat disappointed that I did not get my takes on Monday. So that's all right. Lovely volume imbalance they were running into for Friday. So let's nip down and I'll show you the two areas on Friday that got me. So I had a buy side set for right here personally. So they took that, they took that quickly. So what really got me on Friday, and I should not have taken that trade, silly Shakira, was I was thinking they've already taken that high out, big Fair Valley Gap. They were like respecting it on the 30 seconds, like for a bit, just, so I took a short right here and got stopped, obviously. And then I took a long right here and got my full pull right there. So I, yeah, so that was the little bit of drawdown. And then I got right there. I was just like, no, let's not be greedy. We're at the top of the range they've been trading at. Let me just take the little. So Friday ended up looking like when I said to myself, like, until they drop below this fair value gap with nice clean body, then I would consider taking a short. But I didn't do that, did I? Like a silly goose. So I got stopped out. Well, it's a bit of an aggressive short, if I'm being completely honest. Very aggressive. So I got stopped out here. So there'll be something on Friday. But hey, it got me super close to being out of drawdown. So I'm excited for next week for my next 517.70 trade. And then I'll finally be in the green for the first time in a year. 2024 ended with loss, obviously, and 2025 is not going to be the same in any case. So that's that. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and I hope your trading's doing good. If you want to comment down below, let me know how things are going. That'd be awesome. But hey, I feel very great about the year. I know a lot of crazy stuff's happening, but I don't care about any of that. I'm going to focus on me, focus on where I would need to be, and focus on being the best trader I can be. So, understanding that that's the case, I know I keep looking at myself and not the camera. It's the camera on the laptop is dead ahead. Some eyes are like crazy eyes. Anyway, I feel very good about this year and my trading. I'm a lot calmer. Like 2024 was very helpful for me, even though it was a loss of a year. I think I'm just doing my taxes, and I think it ended up being about 68.95 in loss for the year. Um, yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say it did not blow my account. I have plenty of money left in there to trade the Nasdaq E-mini. So that's what I'm doing. And like I'm trying to keep it simple. One trade for 105, build the account to a certain level, and then I can start looking for with the same one contract, looking for double that. Once it moves past it, move my stop to lock in the 500, or I've kind of spec'd it out in Excel, or just keep looking for the 105 and make it two contracts. And then with the two contracts, I can take 105 and then another one at the 205 and would just move my stop into profit. And then, I'm still making money, still paying for them fees. So I think for me to graduate to using two contracts, I think the account has to reach at least, what did I think? Um, well, you need to be able to afford to trade two contracts. So Nasdaq's requirements right now is at 30,400. Like you have to have that in the account to trade it, the E-mini at the moment. So I'd need at least 61,000 in there to trade two. And that's too close. So I would probably make sure it's up to like 80, 90 before I start trading two contracts. So I'll be at one for a while. And that's plenty for now. In any case, you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's a little um cloudy dark today, but that's not going to stop us. I slept way too much. But anyway, have a wonderful weekend and keep going. Don't stop, Shakira.